Hi, Isabel. It's Ashley here. Thank you for sharing your discussion with us. Um, I really want to know. I've been wanting to ask you how you switched from. What made you decide to move from teaching into the career you're at right now? I don't know the proper name for it, um, but I'm interested, curious to know that, and what led you there. And two, I can see how it can help you with student behavior issues as a school counselor. Okay, so right here, let me just start. I was watching your response, and I love how you also said the same thing that Kimmy had mentioned, and where we used Dr. McCormick's questions, and we kind of used them as a backbone, as a guidance, and the Texas model to be able to construct these questions for the counselors that we're interviewing. So right here, you had mentioned that one of the main things that you wanted to focus on was how counselors managed meeting the academic and social emotional needs of students while maintaining the standards, which is very difficult, especially later on here in the later part. You had mentioned about how they divide their time and the crisis, and this comes back to this one here. How do they maintain the school, the counselors, the state standards that counselors need to follow, just like teachers need to follow? Counselors need to follow some too. And I think this goes a lot with the crisis management. Like if something happens, pretend we have, let's say we have the counselor is giving a lesson in a classroom, right? Or she's meeting with someone. I wonder how each scenario plays differently, because each scenario is different, but they maybe can have some similarities. For example, the counselor is meeting with a class, right? And then, well, she's probably, maybe the other admin had to step out, or one is in the parent meeting, and she's the only admin that is available to be able to, just in case anything happens, there's a student, like a fight or something happening in another classroom, how that counselor is going to react to that crisis in that moment. So I'm interested to know how they manage that too. I feel that that maybe when it comes to related to crisis management and just like things that are sensitive like that, for example, a parent comes in, they're furious because their daughter said this and the teacher said that, or things like that. And given that there's a whole body of students, and that comes with families, and they come with all their issues, there is probably at least a crisis each day. And that's what the school counselor and my principal actually had told me. I met with them last week about a student in my classroom, right? And they both told me, they're like, this is the job. We get used to it, just so you're aware. She's like, that's my job every day as a school counselor. So it was nice to hear those words, because being a counselor is a big responsibility, and it's just learning how to take care of it and how to do it well. And by us interviewing the counselors and just gaining from their knowledge, because they know so much more than we do, and it's good to be able to learn. And I'm always willing to learn and just be open, and I wouldn't hold a grudge on them for correcting me. But let me go on. So you had mentioned that you wanted to know how much time was spent on direct student services versus admin duties and crisis related tasks. I feel I kind of talked about this right now. She did. Well, I kind of wanted to share my responses already, but that's the next 2 weeks assignments. But she did share that a lot of it is working with like scenarios, like things that just pop up because a student did this, or a parent did this, things like that, or a teacher even. And then you had to mention also that how do the counselors divide individual counseling, time management, and their workload balance? How do they do it all, right? And while prioritizing student, I'm sorry, student, students' success and safety. So I feel this is one that probably each district has. Like I know for mine, she has that SCUDA program that I feel like I'm overusing it now because I know about it. But just a program that they use to kind of see where they set their time and try to like work with their admin and assign each other tasks that only they do. Or for example, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here, Isabel. But for example,